There's a move afoot in government to remove church from any vestige of public life. In Quebec, we have the secularism law, Bill 21. Launched in 2019, it forbids the display of religious symbols by public sector workers. And since then, it has morphed into an all-out attack on anything that is an expression of faith. Just this year, no less than 4 of our POAC churches in Quebec have been forced out of the school buildings they were renting to hold services on Sunday. So there was no contact with students. The students didn't see anything because they were using the buildings that were empty on Sunday morning. And yet they had to leave that space just for the simple fact that they were a religious organization. It's now forbidden for a religious organization to use anything that's connected with the state. As we speak, proposals are in the work to strip churches of their tax-exempt status. On the federal side, a member of parliament for the governing Liberals publicly declared that quoting parts of the Bible that certain minority groups find offensive should be grounds for criminal charges. And this is just the tip of the iceberg that is rearing up in opposition to people of faith and the biblical truths that have been the bedrock of what makes our nation great. That Judeo-Christian template, the laws, the moral standards, the sanctity of family and marriage that thousands of men and women have sacrificed their lives for, are being swept aside in service to the gods of secularism and humanism that proclaim, hey, you are God. If it feels good and it doesn't hurt anybody, then go ahead and do it. But friends, turning from God hurts. The damage is physical, it's mental, and it's spiritual. The government has sought counsel from the echo chamber of its proponents. It has listened to the shrill voices of a vocal minority that hates anything it cannot control. It has cast aside the wise counsel of faith leaders from across the spectrum. Jews, Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus all petitioned the government to reconsider its heavy hand. None of it has swayed this government from its course of action. And its desire to strip all signs of a holy God from public life, the state completely ignores the work of the church. I think for most politicians, most of them don't even step foot in a church. All they think a church is a plate passing from person to person. Nothing could be further from the truth. The government refuses to consider the blessing that faith communities are for the greater good. Now take Trinity, for example, right? We feed hungry families in LaSalle every week with no help from the city, from the government, nothing. We do it ourselves with your donations. We offer counseling and emotional support for people in crisis. We keep them out of institutions. We teach our youth to be productive, caring citizens that mirror Jesus in this world. We teach our congregation to love their neighbor as they love themselves. We here at Trinity Pentecostal Church, along with thousands of churches across this country, provide this type of care, and yet our politicians have decided that somehow this is a threat. They refuse to listen to wise counsel and that cannot foresee the danger that will come when any sign of the message of the gospel is wiped from public life. If you'd like to send some wise counsel to our elected officials, you can partner with us in doing that. Now, this week, you should have received an email, if you're on our mailing list, with a letter laying out our concerns about the secularism bill. Now, we invite you to send that letter to your local M&A. Pray over it and trust that God will not be mocked. You do have a part to play. You do have something to say. And I trust that you have wise counsel for our elected officials. And if you didn't get the letter, talk to someone, have them forward it to you so that you can send it off to your local M&A.